Well, in the category of a gun that, you know, a lot of times you say you get what you pay for, this is a gun that you're going to pay a lot for it, so your expectations are probably going to be pretty high when you spend this gun. This one has a price tag of around $500 plus, depending on the accessories.
This is the G M14 Ebr. It's got a bunch of different designations, but M14 EBR is how you're going to find it. We've added the scope and the mount, which is not included. So when you spend the $500, you are just getting the gun. It is a lot of metal. It is very heavy, but it's really good quality. It's one of those guns that when you pick it up, you know you're picking up something that is not going to just break. It's not brittle. It's a very high quality replica. And this one in particular was really really surprising. You know, if you spend $500 on a gun, you want to make sure it's going to actually perform worth of a $500 gun, and this one I think did.
I wouldn't call it exactly surprising. I would say it was satisfying to know that you spent the amount of money and you got what you paid for. I mean, I think on a gun that like was weight, if it cost half as much and got this accuracy, I would qualify that as being surprised. This one, you're paying for it, but you're getting what you're paying for. This one, we got an 8-inch group on this, which is outstanding considering that this is an unmodified gun.
Yep, this one is completely stock. You know, at 100 feet with .3s, we were getting an 8-inch grouping, which is very, very good considering this is a semi-automatic, so follow-up shots. And you can also do fully automatic with this, so that's also an advantage. When it comes to the FPS, we got around 320 to 330. This has been used a bit and stuff, and we did get it as a used gun, so that might play into account. It's marketed anywhere from 350 to 400 FPS. I think 370 to 400 is what they market it as with a .2. So a little low right there, and you know that could be for any number of reasons. But when it comes to the grouping, which is really important, I mean that was. I think G&G's motto is when accuracy matters, so I think in this case, this is
absolutely getting what they say they were going to advertise on it. It does have the adjustable stock on it, so you can adjust the stock length for this particular gun. It uses, for the G&G, it does not use the same magazines as the M14.
You do need to use G&G M14 magazines, which is a little unfortunate, but you can find them. They're not hard to come by. Get.
My one complaint about the gun, aside from the high price tag, is the battery compartment. You have to disassemble, take a number of bolts out in order to drop the handguard. We modified ours to get around that.
This is one of those guns where having a battery box on the outside, I know to some people it's not as appealing because you might see a little bit of wire, but it's going to make just setting up the gun so much easier. It's going to save a lot of time, and
a lot of people see the battery box when it's done right, and it looks like
and it looks very.
You get a lot of people that's very appealing to them. It's an extra thing on the side of your gun that makes it a little bit bulkier for carrying around, but when you consider the ease of getting the battery in and out of it, I think it's a worthwhile investment.
No, I agree. There is a short variant available. This is the long variant. You can get a short variant that the barrel ends about here, which I guess is meant for CQB gameplay of some sort. Regardless, I probably would not use this in any sort of close quarters. It's so heavy.
Very heavy.
It's not something I want to maneuver with.
Even in the shorter barrel version, you're going to be saving a few ounces, so it's an extremely weighty gun. Now, if you want that realism factor of having a heavy gun, what normal guns feel like, then that's the way to go. But if you're not either a very big person or just not wanting that total realism, this may not be the first choice.
We rent this gun out to people since it is within the FPS limits. We do rent this gun to people, and it's one of the first guns people see when they come in because it's right there on the wall, and they're like, "Can I rent that?" Yes, but you don't want to. It's heavy. They hold it. They say no, it's fine. They go out and play for a game, and generally speaking, they instantly regret it.
Yeah, they'll usually last a couple of rounds, and then they'll come back and swap it on something that's a little bit small.
I'm not knocking for that. I would do the same thing.
If you're using it in a sniper role where you're going to be staying in one place, then that's fine. You're getting the best of both worlds because you have semi-automatic, fully automatic, large magazine capacity, very good accuracy. So the only two real downsides of this gun are price and weight. So you don't mind those things. You're getting a very, very good gun very accurate gun, and it's a G&G, which is probably in my opinion, one of the top manufacturers.
Oh yeah, the internals on this are exquisite. We don't have any issues with them.
And we talked about another company earlier that you could not get any kind of customer service from. I can't say enough about G&G's customer service. You can get them on the phone and they will answer your questions, and they do have the parts in stock to get your gun up and running if you do need a part. And there's plenty of aftermarket people that are out there like E.B.R and so on that have the parts in stock, so you're not going to be in a situation like that if you purchase this gun. So I highly recommend it if you've got the money.
2 thumbs up.